Hey guys, hope you're having a great afternoon. I had several of you ask about an update. I was at the Economic Housing Forecast in Nashville that was this week, and several of you had sent tweets and Instagram and Facebook kind of asking what had been said during that and what was projected. These were three of the best economists in the country that were there, and one of them, Edsel Charles, people in this area know him well, especially builders and realtors, because he has been kind of the foremost authority on housing predictions for this area. In fact, I remember back in 06, 07, when he said the market was going to tank in 2009, none of us believed him because we couldn't write up houses fast enough, but he was dead on in his predictions of coming up. What year he thought that was going to happen have been dead on. So we especially wanted to go hear from him due to his history in this market. He owns a company called Market Graphics, and they just do such a fantastic job of being so obsessive with this market. So here are 5 things that I picked up for you while I was there that I wanted to mention. I know you guys have a short attention span, so I'll make it quick. Number one, he said, we're obviously in a great economy. Unemployment is down. We got a surplus of workers right now, more jobs than there are workers applying for them. So that's kind of a different situation. Record high wealth, stock market is up 500 points, so great news there. Number two, he expects, all 3 analysts had expect 3 to 4 jumps in our mortgage rates by the end of 2018 through the front of 2019 after the election. They expect 3 to 4 little jumps with, they expect mortgage rates around the 1st of 2019 to jump to around 5.5%. So that's a 10-year high. But still, I mean, if you look back at historically, still incredible rates. But, those days of the 3.2, 3.5 look like they're over for now. Again, he expects that to be right after the first of the year or right after the election. Number 3, large shortage of inventory due to low optimism. And we've seen that with home buyers, that low optimism coming from there's just no inventory. I shouldn't say there's no inventory, that sounds negative. There's been limited inventory. So we've seen with a lot of folks, they're revved up, they're excited, they're getting into multiple offer situations, and it's been kind of a buzzkill when they've lost it. So we've seen some people just burn out, or we've seen them when they've looked at properties, they've seen what they're going to have to pay, they can't replace what they have now, and they've decided to stay for a little bit. But those buyers and those sellers that are out there are still very, very strong. But that's what's caused some of the optimism to be a little bit low. Number 4, lower price point is disappearing due to the lot shortage and the cost of lots. They expect a several thousand lot shortage over the next few years just because there just hadn't been any. And for most builders, when they talk about that low price point, it's been said that under 200, especially in Rutherford County, is just not doable anymore. Most builders have to have kind of a number is 5 times the price of a lot to make the numbers make sense. And so it's hard to build a $180,000, a $200,000 house on a lot that you're paying $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 for. You just can't make the numbers work. And the cost of lumber. Right now they were talking about, on a 2,000 square foot house, a lot of the lumber prices are up, anywhere from $8,000 to $9,000 on a 2,000 square foot lumber package. So that's hurting a lot of the builders, and it's pushing that price point up. And number 5, the good news is they expect a continued very healthy market for this area. They do expect in about 2020 for us to have a little bit of a dip through 2026. Now, I don't say that to scare you. When he was talking about a dip, it is a smaller dip, just a little bit of a correction, but he is expecting between, again, 2020 to 2026 to get right back on track where we are now. So a little bit of a dip, coming back to 2026 to see what we saw, over the last year. So that's your market update. I know it's a lot of stats. If you have any particular questions, let me know. I'll either tell you or I'll find out the answer, but always happy to answer those. Thanks again for those questions. I hope you have a great week.